What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to be breaking down the long-awaited Dragon Ball Super BROLY.
Back off. Get away from me.
Okay. I think this character is going to be a nightmare to fight against, and there's many reasons why, but let's just get right into it. We're going to start somewhat basic with just squares here. We're going to try to display as much as we possibly can. My time at Bandai Namco was limited, so when I did record this, I might have missed certain things, but we'll try to cover most of what we can here. So for starters, that square combo that we just displayed actually leads into the stamina break. Yes, you will aggressively step on their shoes until you break their stamina. And it should be noted that the stamina break can only occur when you are on the ground. If you're in the air, that'll create more of a knockdown thing. But this is very lethal on the ground, and Broly's a character you don't want to fight on the ground because it'll also lead into a heavy stamina break as displayed here. I gotta say, between the two characters, Broly is the scarier one, and I don't want to run into him online too much, but I'll show you guys why later. First, let's go to a basic square, triangle, you know, repeat the pattern combo. The best thing to point out with this combo is the fact that it leads into a knockback, so it's going to set you up for almost any of your super attacks. Here's one for example. Here's this man's grab, a little bit disrespectful. Broly super attacks are actually very scary for their own reasons, but I'll show you that a little later. For starters, let's just show some of the damage. So we'll start with Gigantic Charge, and yes, as the name suggests, you can charge it up, and if it's fully charged, you will break the opponent's stamina. So it's like, what's the point of Dodoria's headbutt if you have this attack? Yes, it's slower, but again, the properties of the attack is what makes them scary. I'll show you that later. Next, we have Power Shell. This one's the most lackluster of the attacks, in my personal opinion. Yes, it can hit after a knockback, but it's like, for the damage and like it doesn't even look that cool. I don't know, maybe some people will find some cool use to it. Again, there is one good thing about all of Broly's super attacks, but we will get to that a little bit later. It makes all the attacks terrifying, but we'll get to that. Next, we have Gigantic Slam, which is just the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen in my entire life. In my opinion, this is Broly's best attack, and there's a few reasons for that. For starters, as I mentioned before, you don't want to fight Broly on the ground, and that's because that's where he has his easy access to a stamina break. But this attack will negate any of the resistance that you try to put up towards keeping him in the air, because it's going to pull you all the way back down to the floor and get you in a nice position if you're Broly. Not only that, it shares the properties of a grab, so I believe this is going to negate you guarding it. And the scariest part, man, let's just talk about it, alright? Broly's super attacks all have super armor leading into it. I truly wish I was joking, but no, like that's actually how they are. So if you couple that with the fact that this is a grab, oh my god, let's go over some of the super armor grab. Now, I've been alluding to this for a long time, but Broly's attacks all have super armor, and that's the scariest part about this character and these super attacks. As you can see, you can just charge this up and just normally charge attacks are like scary because like you're not going to be able to charge it all the way up. But if you have super armor like that, that is an easy stamina break. But all of his super attacks have it. As you can see, right when he activates his attack, he'll get this weird little green aura, and while that's up, that is his super armor. And it will go through anything. It doesn't matter what it is. Yes, it's a limited time, so if you try to do this in like an ultimate or something, you'll probably get caught in like, because an ultimate lasts longer, you know what I mean? Speaking of ultimates, here's his new ultimate in Gigantic Roar. Fires out a massive vertically rising beam thing that actually looks very, very cool, but it doesn't do crazy damage, but it's still, you know, it's his new ultimate. It looks cool, and I don't need an OP ultimate if he has OP super attacks, alright? I would be doing this video a disservice if I didn't show off just his basic guarding. It's just so funny to watch. Just look at him.
I ate these for breakfast. Feels good. Right in my pelvic area. Yeah.
Now, I know this breakdown was a little shorter, but I just wanted to display some of the basics of Broly so you guys could have a good little starting foundation for him. And then some of the expert stuff I'm sure will be figured out later for people who have more time than I had at Bandai. I never know how things are going to shape up in the actual PvP environment, but from what I've seen, I think Broly is going to be a nightmare to fight. Just somebody, I'm just not looking forward to it at all. Yes, granted, playing him is fun, but playing against him, I could see how annoying it could be. Especially if the netcode is not up to snub while you're dealing with somebody who has super armor on all of his attacks. He has a freaking command grab. There's just so much that is lethal about this character that worries me. But I guess we'll see how it all plays out eventually. Thank you so much for watching this short little breakdown. I'm trying to get 200,000 subs on YouTube before the end of this year. I know it's a lot to ask, but if you're a new viewer and you haven't subscribed yet, do yourself a favor, do me a favor, and join the Legion of Power. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Deion. I'm known as SeeReax on YouTube, and I will see you guys in the next one. Waba!
With that, I just have 2 more words to say.